Hi, everybody. How are you doing? Hope everything is fine. Hope you guys can hear me okay and that you guys can see me okay. I see we have Black Doll. And Black Doll, I did see your question before I went online about the handkerchiefs. If you go back to the video, I did update the video description and I put the link to the actual handkerchiefs that I embroidered, which is these. And they're the ones that have the little lace in the corner. And you're going to see they have a whole selection of them. They have ones with lace all around them and all that kind of stuff and everything. This came out really cool. I showed this to my girlfriend and she really liked it. I still don't know how I feel about it. I know a lot of people like it, but I don't know. So we'll just, I don't know. I'll see if it grows on me and stuff. This is embroidered. So I did the embroidering. But hi, everybody. I just wanted to go down and I saw that Black Doll had asked about the handkerchief. So I'm sorry. You guys know me. I'm always like focused, even like last week, okay? Even though you guys were like yelling at me that you couldn't see the stuff. And thank you so much to Miss Banks for like reaching out and getting me back on track. So anyway, but Black Dot, I wanted to make sure I addressed you. Hey Nana, how you doing? From New Jersey. I'm a New Yorker, but I'm not in New York right now. I'm in Virginia. And so I see love the embroidered handkerchief. Oh, thank you. Hey Norma, how are you? I see Karen. I see Donna, Robin. How are you? Hey Cheryl. Hey Trisha. Hey Miss Max. I see Sassy. Remember to check your chat just in case. Yes, Miss Max, I will definitely always check the chat. Okay. Hey Eartha. Hey Marilyn. How are you? Okay, so listen, I know more people will probably come online as time goes on, but you know that the mother of all holidays is coming up, which is Mother's Day, okay? This is usually the time that I'm like super duper busy, okay? And I'm already feeling it because the orders are coming in, not just on the Etsy shop, but also they are coming in locally as well. So I have been having these machines really running a lot. And it's getting a little tiring, but I got to keep going, got to keep that hustle going, right? So and the thing is too is as I have been embroidering more and more and I start creating more stuff, the demand starts to grow as well, right? Okay, so like for instance, like you guys, Black Doll had just mentioned, she asked right away, she was like, hey, those handkerchiefs, where did you get them from? Well, I've already got a couple of folks that have some weddings that are coming up, and now I am like the handkerchief lady. Okay, so I am starting to create more designs and stuff like that. Now, there is something that I want to share with you guys. I know a lot of you guys said that you like the embroidery, and I like it too. I actually love embroidering. Embroidering is my thing, okay? But the more that I look at this handkerchief, I know that people like it and they seem to love it. And hey, if they like it, they love it, okay? But for me, I just feel like it's like missing something, right? So it's like the embroidery looks really nice. It looks crisp. I don't like the fact that the water soluble, the disappearing water stabilizer. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I talk genetics. English is not my first language, okay? So, and my pronunciation is all like off. But I use this stabilizer that's water soluble, dissolves in the water, okay? Now, one of the things that I don't like is when I embroider and I sell stuff, I don't pre-wash anything because I just feel like when you pre-wash stuff, you can't really sell it as new, okay? And a lot of the things that I do, you don't really need to pre-wash. And I remember, I don't know if you guys have ever watched Jennifer from the Sewing Report. She actually did a video where, she was asking the question, should you be pre-washing fabric or not pre-washing fabric when you're doing embroidery? Does it like make a difference and stuff? So she actually did a video where she spent days washing and pre-washing stuff, and embroidering it and then comparing it with items that she did not wash and embroidered to see if it made a difference, and it did not. Okay, that's one of the findings that she found. I kind of feel the same way. And a lot of the things that I sell and I embroider are really decor items, okay? Like, for instance, when I do a lot of the kitchen towels, it's not kitchen towels that you would normally just really truly use, okay? Those are like, the bathroom towels that you have, the decorative bathroom towels that, are like the fancy ones. So you have them and you hang them up in your bathroom, and it's so that people can like look at them and go, oh, they're so pretty, but they're not for use, okay? Because then you have another towel in there for everybody to use when they wash their hands, and they can use that to dry and stuff like that, because you want your beautiful towels to stay looking beautiful. So the kitchen towels that are made are really decor, okay? So, a lot of times I take those kitchen towels, I don't pre-wash them. I just, I take them, I just put the stabilizer on them, hoop them, stick them in the machine, good to go. And then I go and I ship them out. And people really don't use them to wash and to wash, to dry their dishes and all that kind of stuff. It's really a decor item, right? So the way I feel about this handkerchief, and tell me if I'm wrong, okay? You guys, I like to interact with you guys. So put that in the chat room, and I'm gonna be interacting with you guys. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I just feel like when I wet the fabric and then I have to wait for it to dry and all that kind of stuff, it kind of takes away from the newness. So maybe that's just a me thing. I don't know, but it's just something that, goes through my mind. Now, this towel, this is really nice. This is the 60/40, and that's the one that a lot of people voted on instead of the 40 weight. The 40 weight, I felt like it was a little thick, even though it looked nice too. But the thing is, I feel like this gives it a more delicate look. This is the one with the 60 weight thread, okay? And when I did the video and stuff, and I have a girlfriend of mine, she has a wedding coming up, and then I have some other folks that have weddings coming up. The first thing they did was they hit me up and they were like, I want that, okay? So I'm kind of like, okay, all right. So, and the thing is, some of the orders that had came in, they're not for like one, okay? They're like asking for like 20 or 30, and I'm kind of like, wow, I'm going to be embroidering for a long time. So these seem to be really, really, really popular, guys. So if you have a friend or something that has a wedding coming up and you guys are doing embroidery, one of the things, it's just an idea if you want to do it. One of the things that you can do is you can reach out to them and say, hey, as a wedding gift, I would like to gift you some wedding handkerchiefs and stuff like that. Because these things have really been pretty popular. I didn't know that these were going to be this popular. It was just something that, I just saw that people, were doing. And I was like, oh, let me give it a shot. I will say they're not the most easiest thing to do because, like I said, you really got to make sure that you have the right needle and that you have the right weight of thread. Okay. I used a embroidery needle size 65/9. Okay. And the weight thread that I used was a 60. I didn't use a 40, and I did not use a 75/11 needle. Now, the first one that I did where it was kind of like thick and stuff, that one I did use the 75/11 needle with a 40 weight thread. And as you can see, it looked kind of like really like thick to me. So which is why I said, let me go to a smaller needle and let me go to a smaller thread and see if it comes out. It did come out a lot crisp. It looks nice. I do feel there is a little puckering and stuff, but a lot of my friends are kind of like, they just love it the way it is. Maybe it's because I'm a perfectionist. I don't know. Okay. The other thing I'm starting to think about exploring is vinyl. Okay. I like vinyl. I think vinyl is okay. The only thing that my love and hate relationship with vinyl is that it's not something that is, to me, a long lasting product. Okay. I have made a lot of shirts with heat vinyl transfer, where I use my Cricut machine and I cut it out. I use my heat press and I press it and all that kind of stuff. But no matter what, after all the wear and tear, as time goes on, I always find that it starts to like peel or not really peel because I have a heat press. But if you don't iron it on correctly, it will peel because that happened before I got my heat press. Sometimes it'll crack. Okay, you'll get little cracks and stuff, and it'll start to look kind of ugly. And the way I see it, like especially for something like this, where it's like a wedding handkerchief, this is something that is very memorable. Okay, it's like a keepsake. Kind of like when I was embroidering the dinner napkins, and I didn't realize this, but it was actually a customer that told me that dinner napkins are very precious because people, when they get dinner napkins and they have them embroidered, they actually pass them down generation to generation. I had no idea about that. I didn't know that that's something that people do. Okay. In my family, we use paper napkins. Okay. Once you wipe your mouth, throw it in the trash. Right. So, the decorating of the table and all that stuff, we kind of like just decorate it with the food. And that doesn't last long because we all eat it up. So, anyway, but just to let you know, I don't, it was just something that, that I found out. And I was kind of like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. So when I look at these handkerchiefs, I kind of feel the same way about them because some of these handkerchiefs, you give it to the bride, like this would be something in blue, right? Because it has like the light blue and stuff. So this would be something memorable for her. And then also you can do these handkerchiefs for the mother of the bride, and you can put for your happy, mom, for your happy tears or something like that. Or do something very sentimental from the bride to the mom, or from the groom to his mom. And these are things that are precious, and I'm sure that they would want to keep them for a long, long time. So because they would want to keep them for a long, long time, I always feel like embroidery is best because that's something that really is long lasting. Okay. Heat vinyl transfer eventually would fade. But I could be wrong too on this because it ain't like they're going to blow their nose on this every day. Okay. So they'll probably just do it that one day. Then they'll give it one wash, and the heat vinyl transfer will probably work just great on it because it's not going to come off in one wash, that's for sure. But I am going to do a video of me doing this with heat vinyl transfer to see. And the other thing also is when you're doing stuff like this on a handkerchief, you're going to be using a lot of small fonts. To use heat vinyl transfer with small fonts, there is a method called reverse weeding, okay, for small fonts, where a lot of people say that that's easier to do than to do the weeding the regular side. And I'll explain all that when I do the video. I plan on trying this out this weekend, and while I'm trying it out, I will film it, okay, and stuff. So it's just something that I wanted to share with you guys. Well, I got the wrong chair. I don't have the one that goes up. Anyway, since Black Dom mentioned the handkerchief, want to talk about, but this would make a good Mother's Day gift too, okay? Because you can always put Happy Mother's Day to mom, and then you can put all the names of the children and all that kind of stuff and everything, and make it really special for her, so maybe she could take it to church or something like that, okay? So handkerchiefs is one, okay? So like I said, this happy hour, I want to talk about, and I figure we could all brainstorm together about different things that you can embroider for your mom, okay? As I had showed you guys, with my crazy hair, I took a little picture. I did this shirt for my mom, and I did post it on Facebook. I'm gonna send it to her. Well, I don't know why it looks yellow, but this is really pink. But anyway, has a little thing. But this is made out of towels, okay? And I got this idea from Liliana from Embroidery Print Now. She went and she was looking at different materials. She even took, I think, a leather bag or something like that. She just opened up the leather bag, and then she took the material and she did like an M, for her last name, I guess, Martinez. And then she did the same thing with a towel. She went and she bought a towel. Her towel had a little bit of texture in it. So she did the same thing. And when she did that, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, I have all these towels that I cut in half, the ones that I did the oops on, okay, that I made the mistakes. So I cut, I said, let me use those then. And I did one for my mom, and I am going to send this to her. I know she's going to like this. This is really cute. Even though it's a big size and she's not even this size, she could probably wear it as a pajama or stuff like that, because she's actually smaller than me. This is like a 1X, You know, I like big clothes. I don't think my I don't know, my mom doesn't like big clothes, but I know she's like a medium and stuff, so this is really gonna be big. But I figured this would be a cute pajama or something for her because I know she's gonna swim in it. I know she is and stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, I already wore it and stuff, but I'll be like, well, ma, I wore it once. I gave it a test drive. Okay, she knows me, you know. So anyway, but I am gonna send this over to her, so I think she's gonna like that. And then today, because I knew I wanted something for myself, I went and I created this one with VCU. Now, I did do a video on how I did it start to finish. I am editing that video. I'm not taking too much out, but what I'm trying to do is see what sections in the video I can kind of like just do the fast run on, because I had you guys that have watched me for a long time know how I am. Okay. I like to be very, very detailed and explain everything that I'm doing and why I'm doing it and all that kind of stuff. I even made a mistake making this shirt. And what I did was I corrected it and I videotaped the correction of how, you know, because I want people to learn. That's the thing. So I gotta, you know, I'm looking at the video and I'm kind of like, ooh, that video is kind of long. I don't know if people are going to want to like watch that whole thing. So I'm trying to see what's the important part of it. So maybe what I'll do is I'll probably upload it twice, maybe leave the long version of it for those that really are interested to see everything, or do one that's kind of like a short version of it for those that just say, hey, I just need the information or whatever and stuff. Because, you know, my thing is, for those that don't know, and I don't think you guys do know, I am a very detailed person, and I like that's how I like to teach, and it's the simple reason because that's how I learn as well. Okay, I like to have every single step in a particular order, and I like it to be nice and simple, and I like to know why I'm doing things. Okay, you know, I don't just like to do things just to do things. I like to know the purpose. I like to know, you know, why is it that we use a particular needle? Why is it that you choose to use that thread? I know that can get on a lot of people's nerves, but the way I see it is that when you ask those questions as to why you do certain things, especially when you're doing embroidery, that's when you really start to learn about the craft and how to master it. Okay, like for instance, you know, like when it came to these handkerchiefs. Okay, the handkerchiefs, I got a lot of comments where people really did appreciate me doing the comparison of a 40 weight versus a 60 weight. I could have actually just came out in the video and said, hey, this, you use a 60 weight and that's it, and this is how it comes out, right? But if I, you know, what I like to do is when I teach is I like to say, hey, you know, here's 40 weight, here's 60 weight. Let's do the same thing and let's compare. That way you have an understanding of the different weights and how that can affect a design, an embroidery design, and how can affect the outcome of your product. Okay. I think that's really important because once you get those foundations in there, you start to learn. You learn about the different weights of thread and how important it is for you to know what type of weight thread to use for what product. It's the same thing. I use the same concept with stabilizer as well. Okay. So, you know, that's one of the most confusing things when you first start learning about embroidery. You know, first of all, you know you got embroidery thread, but then when you start seeing the different weights, you're like, okay, what is this, right? Well, you know, with embroidery thread, you have certain a little bit of weights, but let's talk about stabilizers. Okay, stabilizers, you got a whole selection of stabilizers. You got the cutaway, you got the tearaway, you got the no-show mesh, you got the water soluble one, you got the different weights. You have light, medium, heavy. You know, that is when people really start to lose it and they're like, shoot, you know, they're like, okay, Jeanette, I want to embroider this, but I don't know what the heck to use, you know. You know, but the thing is, you, as time goes on and you start using different stuff, that's how you're going to learn. You really do. You learn by trial and error. I mean, like me, I actually learned about I actually learned a lot about you know, when to use cutaway and when to use tearaway. Okay, when you have certain clothes, I always use cutaway for the simple fact that, you have to really think about it. Tearaway dissolves in the wash. Paper will dissolve in the wash, right? So what is the purpose of a stabilizer? The purpose of a stabilizer is so that it can maintain the integrity of those stitches, right? So if you have a product that's going to go through a washing machine all the time, and it's going to go into a dryer. Well, even though embroidery products really shouldn't go through a dryer, okay? Should really be hang dried, all right? um that stabilizer, that water stabilizer is going to go away. And then as time goes on, all those stitches are going to crunch up. And the next thing you know, your design's not going to look as great as when you first did it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I know I went on a little ramp up and stuff like that, but I just wanted to tell you on the video, that's just my teaching style. And that's just what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? I like to be very, very detailed. So that way you guys can kind of understand where I'm coming from. And I really feel that helps, especially for beginners. You know what I'm saying? So, I might end up, I'm going to look at the video and I'm going to be working on it this weekend. And I might end up doing 2 versions. That way, once those folks that have experience can just go to the short version. And then those that are new and really want to know and understand all the steps and stuff, you can go to the long version, and then you can see exactly what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and all that kind of stuff. So that way it can help. So that, anyway, just wanted to give you the little 411 on that. Okay, so now let's go back. Mother's Day. All right, Mother's Day's coming. All right, so I already showed you shirts. Shirts are really big for mothers. And let me tell you, I don't know, the older your moms get, my mom is going to turn, I think she's going to be 84 this year. I think she hits 84. I think. I'm not sure. I hope she doesn't hit 83. God, if she's watching, she's going to be mad if I added more years to her. Anyway, she's up there. Okay? She's in her 80s, all right? Very active. As you guys saw in the videos of Christmas and all that kind of stuff, she's all over the place, okay? So they really do love shirts. My mom loves her shirts. So I always try to make her little shirts that say abuela, because they like being proud because they're a grandma and all that kind of stuff. One of the things too is, even though this isn't like a Mother's Day thing, you could do a proud mother shirt, okay? Or a mom shirt, like I just did my mom. Or, proud abuela, or, do what I did, but just put abuela on there. They love that. They love to show off, okay? At least my mom does, Anyway, you can do a shirt. Another thing that they like to do, my mom, I don't know, for the longest, that I've seen her cooking, she never wore an apron. So I don't know what's going on, but now mom's wearing an apron. All right. So along with her shirt, I will be embroidering her an apron. So most likely what I'm going to be doing is I'll probably take one of the designs that I have from one of my kitchen towels, and it'll probably be the one with the pilon with the Puerto Rican flag, and I'll probably embroider her, well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to embroider her an apron with that, so that way she can wear it proudly in her kitchen. I don't know why, but it's like aprons is her thing now. So I don't question it. I just roll with it. Okay. So, you don't question your mom, especially when they're in their 80s, because she might be up there, but she can, she can still sock me, So anyway, another thing that I thought about as gifts for moms is, of course, the kitchen towels. Okay. They love them, but I won't be giving my mom that because she's got a sample of every kitchen towel that I have embroidered. She has no room left in her kitchen. Okay. I might as well call her kitchen like a store. And then I kind of like stopped showing her some of my designs because every time I make a brand new design of a kitchen towel, she takes it from me. So I'm kind of like, okay, so I can't keep anything in stock with her around. So, but kitchen towels are really big. And the thing is too, is think about this too. You don't have to do one that says, grandma's kitchen or mom's kitchen. Think of doing a kitchen towel with the names of all her grandchildren, or all the family members and stuff. For Christmas, last Christmas, and this is a big one too. My mom, to this day, she still talks about her family heirloom I think I'm saying it right because someone correct me because I kept saying heirloom, but they said the H is silent. Heirloom, heirloom. That's how you say it. Okay, I did a family heirloom blanket. So what I did was those quilted blankets that you see. I don't have one here, but I have so many. So what I did was I took a all white quilted quilted blanket, and it's one of those crib blankets, and a lot of times people use those crib blankets for lap blankets. Okay, and what I did was I embroidered on top of it, and I put my mom and my dad's name, and I put the date that they got married. And then they had me and my sister. Then I had my son. My sister got married. She had her 2 kids. And I met Fred. I married Fred. And then we had the dog. So I put all her whole family tree from when mom and dad got married on the blanket. And I gave it to her for Christmas. Okay, I have a video of that on the channel, and let me tell you, a lot of people, and she loves it. Let me tell you, that's her blanket, that nobody can touch it, or a shows it off to whoever comes in the house. They have to come and see the blanket, all right, because she has it every morning. She lays it on her bed. Okay, it's like it was like, wow, I didn't realize how much she was really going to like that blanket. But I kind of understand now that I think about it, why. What do you call? Oh, okay. Sorry, I got a text, and I'll deal with that later. That's not here. It's, oh, I want to check it here. Okay, you guys are doing good. Okay, great. All right, cool. All right, you guys, you guys will let me know, okay? Because yes, I will keep checking the thing because I know what happened last week. That was so funny. And oh my God. And Miss Banks, I don't know if you're on, but if you are, mwah, love you and thank you so much. She's the one that kept calling me during the call. Anyway, yeah, so my mom loves the blanket. So that would really be like the gift of all gifts. Just a hint, okay? For Mother's Day, that would be like, because I know it blew my mom away. She just could not believe how, when she opened it. And you, if you guys haven't seen the video, you'll know. If you go to the channel, you'll see it. I went to Florida for Christmas, and I gave it to my mom. And when she opened it, she was just like blown away. I mean, she just couldn't believe how the whole family was put on the blanket and everything. So that was like a huge hit. So a lot of times people are buying these using these crib blankets, and they're thinking to themselves, oh, it's for the baby, it's for the baby. Sometimes it's not everything for the baby. It could be for us too, okay? Just like the birthday shirts, okay? I mean, everybody's like, oh, they're 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's great. Let's celebrate that. But you know what? Like this year, I think I turned 50. Yeah, I turned 54 this year. You best believe I'm gonna be walking around and rocking a 54-year-old shirt. Okay, so just like my mom, when she has her birthday, she be rocking her birthday shirt too. So it's for us too. And those quilted baby blankets, they have a lot of purposes. Like I said, a lot of people like to use them as lap. I was going to say lap blankets. Okay, like sometimes people like to sit outside. A lot of people like to use them as picnic blankets too. That's another one. All right, so you can take one of those quilted baby blankets. It doesn't have to have baby stuff on it. You can do an embroidery of a wine glass or something like that. Put a friend's name on the end of it, and they could use that as a picnic blanket when they go to a winery or something like that. I don't know what mom used that for. I know that the family tree on the blanket, she loved that. That was her thing. But I don't. My mom, a lap blanket, she would probably like. She likes to sit outside, in back of her house and just sit out there and knit and stuff like that. I think she's being nosy though when she sits out there, but You know how they do. Okay, so anyway, but you know, that's just another option, you know. Another thing that I was thinking about is bags, tote bags, you know, if your mom likes to go play bingo and stuff, to get a little bag, okay, a tote bag, embroider some bingo balls on there, something like that. Put her name on it, because I know my mom. She you know, when she was living in New York, she used to go to bingo every weekend. She hasn't gone in Florida, which that kind of shocked me because I thought she would do that in Florida. But if they're into bingo, do a bingo bag, or even buy a bingo bag and put her name on it or something like that. That would make a cute gift for mom too, because they, you know, they love that stuff. Pillows, okay. Make a pillow for her. Pillows are real easy, okay. Just get the fabric. I mean, think about it. It's just a square, and then you can stuff it, and all you have to do is sew the zipper on it, embroider something on it. Or you can buy a pillow that's already made and just undo the seams, open it up, and then embroider it and sew it back on. Something else you can do, okay. Pillows and stuff, you can personalize it. And on the pillow, what you can do is kind of you could do something similar, like the family blanket that I was talking about, that I did for my mom, okay. Do the pillow and put all the grandchildren on there, or all the children in there, put the husband, the whole family on there, okay. That is like a really huge hit. The handkerchief was another thing that I thought about too. Let me see. Hats. Sometimes people, you know, I know my mom's not a hat person, but if your mom likes to wear hats, you can embroider a hat for her. Okay. Makeup bags, do little makeup bags and stuff for your mom. I know my mom loved the dinner napkins, okay, which already I got to make her another set, because the one that I made her were for Christmas, and she was kind of a little upset because she didn't get to put them out, because we ate before she got her dinner napkins, okay, so she didn't get to put them out for Christmas. So now I have to make some other dinner napkins so that way she could use every day. So dinner napkins is another huge hit. Another thing too is placemats. Okay. There's a lot of things you can do with placemats. You can buy placemats that are already there, you know, that are already embroidered, that you can embroider. Like, for instance, if you go to Walmart, they have the Pioneer Woman, and she has these placemats that are already quilted, right? So you can take those placemats and you can quilt on them, and you can probably do a really cute one. Just be really creative. You can write a little, you can embroider a little note to your mom, to your mom, or you can, you know, put the family stuff on there too and stuff like that. Placemats. If you guys do sublimation, you can do you can make a mug for your mom. You can also make tumblers for your mom and stuff. Let's see. I talked about the family heirloom blanket. That's something else that you can do. There's just so many things that you can do for your mom. Jackets. You can get a sweater. If you can get a sweater that's just you know, solid fabric, and you can embroider on the sweater. You can get a sweater and put abuela or mom on the side of it. You can get a shirt. You know how people do the embroidery like on the neckline? You can embroider mom on there, or abuela on the shirt as well. Let me see. I'm trying to jump out of my head. Let's see. What else? What else? Let me look around. See what else. I'm out of ideas. I jumped a lot of ideas for you guys. Ooh, it's 8:34 though. But I am going to go down the chat room, and I'm going to see if you guys came up with some ideas for Mother's Day and stuff, because Mother's Day is coming up, and before you know it, yeah, let's see. Okay, so let's see. Do we have any ideas out there? Let's see. Hey Cheryl, hey Jenny, hey Trisha, how you doing? I see Miss Max and Sassy. Hey Eartha, how you doing? I see Debbie and Susan, Tracy, and another Tracy. Hey Barb, how are you? And thank you, Barb, for posting Romero's link. I am going to be watching him. I think he has a shoot, I forgot what it was. Something about 101 embroidery customer questions to always ask. So he's going to be I believe tomorrow. So if you're part of our Facebook group, Barb had put down the link for that. That's going to be a really good a good show to watch. So I like Romero bread Romero breads. Morero threads. Okay. My English is getting, I don't know if it's getting worse or better. Hey, Angela. How you doing? Hey, Miss Jackson. Hey, Miss Collar. I see North Carolina's in the house. Hey, Elisa. Hey, Miss Banks. How are you this evening? And Miss Banks, let me tell you, we all owe Miss Banks a big thank you because I didn't know about the big spool of these until Miss Banks told me. Okay. And let me tell you, they're big. They're big. That's a lot of thread. Okay. So, I mean, she's the one that told me about these. And then I didn't even know. And I was like, they have big spools now? I was like, oh, because that's really the brand I like. So I have I got my box, all 60. So I'm like ready to go, So Miss Banks, thank you so much, so much. And thank you again for last Friday. I really appreciated that and stuff. Hey, Eartha, how you doing? I see Gladys. Hey, Tana, Jean. I have a question. Okay, I have a question. When you did the packages, what was your bobbin thread? Oh, what packages? Packages. You mean the oh, okay. Well, my bobbin thread's always the same. Okay. I use 60 weight bobbin thread. I don't know, Jean, if that's what you're asking, but that's usually what I do. The bobbin thread that I use for my multi needle is the ones with the magnet inside. They're the Feli. And then I use Brother Reed for my SE 1900, and they're all 60 weight. This is what I use for the multi needle. I don't have the ones for the SE 1900 are the ones that have the plastic sides. Even though you can use this on your single needle machine, you there's a little piece in there that kind of gives it an up. But these are more expensive anyway, so I wouldn't recommend it for the single needle. If you have to buy them anyway, then you can use them. But I kind of I use Brother Reed for my SE 1900. So Jean, I don't know if I answered your question. If I didn't, just put it in the chat and we'll get you straight. Hey Sheila, hey Leslie, how you doing? We always critique our own work. We do. Yes, Tracy, we always do. But yeah, and sometimes I think we are harder on ourselves because we know all the mistakes. Now, even when I did the video for this, I made a mistake on the letter C. Okay, what happened was I did not cut as close to the stitches as I should have. And then I saw that and I was like, ooh. So I said, okay, let's see if we could fix it. So I videotaped how I actually fixed this letter C because I figured, and I like to leave the mistakes anyway because I don't want people to ever think that everybody's perfect. We all screw up. We all do. We all make mistakes. It happens. I don't care how long you've been embroidering. You're going to make a boo-boo once in a while, okay? What I think is great is when you make a boo-boo and you can fix it. So I was like, oh, so if you make this mistake, then now I'm going to show you how you can fix it. So I don't know. So yeah, but we do. We critique out. We are the worst critique folks, for our own work. Totally agree. Is anyone having trouble with the video being blurred? Oh, Miriam, I hope video is okay. The TV on my computer. Hey, Leslie. Oh, Marilyn. I hope it works for you And so it looks like the screen is a little blurry earlier, but it's gone now. Oh, okay. Hopefully this okay. I'm using my laptop now because I don't trust my MacBook. I mean, I'm using my MacBook, which is my laptop. I don't sometimes trust my iMac because the iMac sometimes when I adjust the screen, I kind of pull the power cord out and then you lose me. I lose you guys. So I didn't want that to happen, So now I'm trying to always do my happy hours on my MacBook and stuff. I did a hand towel using iron-on and it's still on but cracking. Yeah, Leslie, see, and that's what I mean about I want to try that. See, sometimes I feel like when you use the heat vinyl transfer on this kind of stuff, you see it more clear, right? But it's not long lasting. That's the issue that I have. And my whole thing is I don't just want to create something that looks nice. I want this to be of very high quality, and I want this to be something that I know is going to last. Sometimes some t-shirts, they're just little gag gifts or whatever, and you know that people are just going to wear them for a couple of months and stuff, then they're probably going to throw them out. But when it comes to certain things like this for a wedding or something like that, this is very sentimental to a lot of people, and I don't want to create something and then 2 years from the date they go into their little treasure box because they want to look back and share the memories and stuff, and then the vinyl's falling off. I don't want to. I don't want to do. So I kind of like to embroider because I feel like it's more permanent and it's so long lasting. So that's why I just prefer embroidering and stuff. And I have to admit, I use my embroidery machine more than I actually use my Cricut machine, because this is really how I all started. I started with a Cricut machine and I was doing heat vinyl transfer on everything. And I learned a lot of mistakes too with the heat vinyl transfer, okay? I didn't have a heat press back then. I was using a regular iron. And at first, when you use that, you think it looks okay. But as time goes on, before you know it, the letters are peeling off, and stuff. So it's kind of like, ooh, And then I got the Cricut heat press, right? But the problem with those is they're good, but the problem is that you have to actually put the pressure on the heat vinyl transfer. Okay, I mean it distributes even temperature and it has a great timer and everything, but the thing is you got to press it down. Sometimes you don't press down correctly. What I like about having a heat press is that it has the pressure already there. You adjust the pressure. And then when you clamp it down, the pressure is constant and the heat is constant. So it actually works a lot better and you end up with better results. I mean, the only downside is you got to spend a lot of money on a heat press. Heat presses are not cheap and they take up a lot of space, a lot more space than if you were to get the Cricut press. Okay, Cricut press is small, even though they do have the different sizes. Even the big one doesn't take up a lot of space. You can always put it under your bed or put it somewhere. With a heat press, you can see it's behind me. It's right there. As you can see, it takes a whole corner and it takes space. It really does. So, but it really is really is beneficial and stuff like that. So, yeah. So Leslie, I totally got it with the cracking. That's something that I don't like about heat vinyl transfer. I don't feel that it's very long lasting. That's why I prefer the embroidery. Okay, let's see. Screen was a little bit. Oh, okay. I'm glad that it's working. Hey, Miss Banks. Okay, I made my granddaughter and myself t-shirts over 5 years ago with Caesar. They still look like I recently made them. Yes, and yes, Miss Banks, thank you for posting that. It also depends on the type of heat vinyl transfer that you use. I use Caesar as well. Okay. Now, I did have a problem with the stretch brand. Okay. The stretch brand was peeling off. But that was it wasn't an issue with the heat vinyl transfer. It was an issue with the way I was applying it. I wasn't applying it with the pressure that it needed, and I wasn't using the time. So you got to make sure that you pay attention to the temperature and the time. And you have to really look at it and make sure that it really it really did stick to the shirt the right way and stuff. But yeah, I like the Caesar brand. Caesar is what I use and stuff. Hey Iris, how you doing? Let's see. The detailed version would be best. Those who want can skip forward. That is true, Miss Max. Maybe I shouldn't spend too much time on it, and I should just put it out there as is and just fast forward the parts where the machine is actually like doing the embroidery, and just keep this thing, because you're right. I mean, people can always fast forward. Yeah, that's a good point, Miss Max. Hey Bernadette, Jeanette, I thought and felt the same way you do. That's why I believe I was drawn to your channel. Oh, thank you, Bernadette. Appreciate that. Hey Tracy. Hey Miss Max, the information is great. Oh, thank you. I prefer the detail. Okay. All right, Sassy. All right. It looks like I'm gonna stick with the detail. Okay. I'm gonna do that. Looks like the votes are in. Everybody wants the detail. Yeah, because this is really cute. And you know what? I did this on a shirt, and I was talking to my husband. After I finished the shirt, and I was like wearing it out there and stuff, and he was sitting on the deck, and I was talking to him. And this is a towel. Okay, these are kitchen towels, like I said, that I made errors on, and I just cut them in half and I saved them as spares. And you know what I was telling him? I said jean jackets. I said this would look really good on the back of a jean jacket. So a lot of times, if I could put like VCU on a jean jacket for my son and he could rock it, but he kind of said this is kind of girlish, so Carlito probably won't wear it. But maybe if I do it like with a fabric that's more like manly, I guess, I don't know, leather or something like that. But I was thinking about that. I was thinking this would look really cute on the back of a jean jacket. And if you don't want to do like a university, the letter of a person's last name on the back of a jean jacket, that would be really cute. These are the 4-inch size. Okay, this is the 4x4 inch size. You can get them bigger. Okay, so I was like thinking to myself, I can really made another sale. Okay, so sorry. I can make the letter bigger on the back of a jean jacket. So, I just thought those were awesome, or like a sweater or something, you know what I'm saying? So it's just something, because I mean, these are really cute. And then because I did this with a towel, you know what I was also thinking? Velvet. But I have to read, because I don't know how velvet would do with an iron, because the thing is, the back of the velvet, of the back of this towel, I use heat and bond transfer. And you'll see that in the video. I used heat and bond, light heat and bond to stick it. And then when I was all done with it, I put it in the heat press and I pressed it all down. So velvet is a whole different type of material. I don't think I could put that thing in the heat press, okay? Because I'll probably put this house on fire or something like that, okay? So I would have to see how I could do that. So I'm going to play around with it, and I'll probably videotape myself playing around with this, so that way, if I mess up, you guys can be like, "Ooh, that didn't go very well." So don't waste your velvet, okay? So just something put out there. But I was even thinking, if she did this with a kitchen towel, I did see Liliana took an old pocketbook, and I don't know if it was a old Coach bag or something, but it was hard material, and she just opened it up, and then she used that for the lettering, okay, to do the applique. And I was like, oh my god. So I was like, you could probably do that with so many different materials that are out there. I mean, I've seen people do heat vinyl transfer. I've seen people do the glitter of heat vinyl transfer. I've seen people, of course, do it with fabric. Now I've seen people do towels. I saw Liliana do it with a type of hard leather. So I think it's endless. So, but I do have velvet material that I was using for like, scrunchies like this, because I kind of like these things because I have a lot of real curly hair. And as you can see by that picture, it's wild. Okay. So that's why I always have it up, because it's kind of like, so anyway, so I kind of like figured maybe I could do that with the vinyl and stuff. That would be like really nice, because then it'd be like nice and soft and stuff like that. So I'm going to explore that as well and see how that works and stuff. um let's see what else. And if you guys have ideas, put it out there, so that we can all share and stuff like that. Everybody's talking about the detail. All right, it's going to be the detail. I love how you describe everything, especially just learning. I'm glad I found your videos. Oh, thank you, Susan. Don't watch it all the time. I just use the forward button. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to leave all the details and stuff. Like like you guys said, you could always just fast forward to the parts that you're like, okay, I already know how to do that and stuff like that. Details all the way. Got it. Oh, great. Because sometimes I feel like when I give the details, because like when I'm teaching, I want to get the details. Sometimes I feel like people are going to be like, oh, she's so long-winded, something like that. You know what I mean? But hey, your mom is a very young 84. She's good. Thank you, Miss Max. Let me tell you, and talk about being young. I mean, that lady got energy. I mean, it's like she tires me out. Okay, I can't hang with her. I really can't, because even when I visit her and I go for a walk, she outwalks me. And I'm kind of like, the heck. And then she's like, oh, you're out of shape. You got to walk more. Like, the hell does she get this energy from? And sometimes she gets mad at me because I tell her, what you putting in that coffee? Is you sure that's Bustelo? I think you put a little something extra in there, because she's got energy. That woman's got energy. I mean, I don't know where she gets it from. Yeah, mom does look great. Boy, she's all over the place. Oh, thank you, Eartha. I appreciate that. Heirloom, yes, heirloom. The H is silent. Yes, Leslie. I made a mug with her name on it, and her sister is going to Puerto Rico to see her for Mother's Day. See, yeah, mugs are cool. Mugs are very, very cool, very, very popular, and they're very easy to do, especially if you have a sublimation printer, because all it is just take the graphic and you just print it, and you just if you have a mug press, you can just put it in. Now I have a mug press that I got my mug press from Pro World, and I do that for all of my mugs. And I recently got the attachment. That's one of the things that I like about their mugs, is that as time goes on, they add attachments to their mug. So now I got the skinny tumbler attachment for the mug press that I have. And I am looking to see if they have one for beer mugs. I have a good friend of mine who is retiring from the Army really soon. And one of the gifts that I'm going to make for him is going to be a beer mug with the emblems of all the military bases that he served during his, I think he did 22 years in the Army. So that's going to be my gift to him. And the problem that I don't like about about doing the beer mugs is that there is no heat press for them. And I have called everywhere. I even called the companies directly. And I even asked them, are you going to make one? Because it would be a good idea. So right now, to make it, I have to use a oven. And I'll videotape me making it so you guys can see. And I did one for my neighbor, which he loves. But it took me about 3 mugs to get that one right, because you have to have the right temperature and the right timing, and it's not easy. And I had to buy a whole small oven. I bought one of those toaster ovens, and I got a large one. And I bought that just for that, because the last thing, you do not want to put that stuff in the oven that you cook in, because remember, those are chemicals, that's ink and all that kind of stuff, and you don't want to put your food in there after you start doing this. So I bought one whole separately. So just, but those are stuff that I'm working on that is going to come down the pipe. I think he retires next month, so I got to get cracking because I need to make sure I got 11 mugs. So I have 11 tries to get that mug right. And I know it won't take 11. Hopefully I can get it on the first try. But I can make mistakes, and those mugs are expensive. They're $11 a mug. So every time, and which is why, remember a couple of videos ago, a couple of months, I said, I'm not feeling this sublimation thing. Well, the reason why I'm saying that is because if you don't have a heat press for the beer mugs, which is what I was trying to do, there's a lot of places where you can make mistakes. And what's bad about the sublimation is very unforgiving craft. So they're talking about ink. So when I take that mug out of the oven, and if the ink did not sit well, or if I didn't remove the label quick enough, you could get ghosting. Okay, which ghosting is when the paper moved, so the ink kind of smudged, and it's like to get it just right from an oven, that's like a technique, and it's not something that I've mastered. And because I made so many errors, you guys know, I always say it, I'm like very, very frugal and cheap, or whatever the proper word is. I don't like wasting my money. So whenever I did one of those mugs and I made an error, and I have, you can't fix it. There's no fixing it. Okay. Once the ink is there, it's stuck. You're done. Okay. So I would have to take that mug and I would have to trash it. And to somebody, they would look at it as it's just a mug in the trash. Well, to me, I look at it as that was a perfectly good mug that somebody could have used. And that mug cost me $11. So, so you keep trashing a couple of mugs after a certain amount of time. That's some money. You see ching ching going into the garbage can. So it can, it can be kind of like this. So that's why I was kind of like turned off by it. But I have to get back in the game because I got to make sure I earn my money on that, because I did buy that printer and I got to make sure I earn, I get something out of it. Hey, Racoma. Hello, dear. I know we are talking about Mother's Day. But can you tell me the fabric you use for iron-on patches? Hey, I have not done too many patches. Okay. But I have seen people do patches, and the fabric that I see that a lot of people use is called twill. Okay. So what I would do is I know Amazon sells it. So if you do a search for twill fabric, you can find that. Okay. And that is something that they use because it's a very strong fabric. Okay. But that is something that I plan on mastering. I do logos on shirts, but they're not like real patches. The patches have those very thick edges, okay, around it. So, I haven't really done like patches. So, but I would go to, if you go to the channel for Liliana, in Embro Print Now. Okay, I've been mentioning her a lot. I gotta reach out to her. So anyway, she has so many videos on patches. Okay, I mean she's good. She's been in the business for over 25 years. I'm telling you. So it's like her embroidery is just like so spot on. So if you go there, Renara, you will see some of the stuff, and then try to scroll down the comments below. I know she speaks a lot in Spanish and stuff like that, but I think you could probably translate it and stuff. But if you can't figure it out, reach out to me. I can reach out to her for you, and we can try to work something out where we could get that. Because I'm gonna be honest, while you learn, I'll learn with you. Okay, because I want to learn the patches, because patches is very, very lucrative. Okay, people love buying patches. So if you can embroider patches, that is like a money maker right there, because there's so many things people do with those. They put them on bags, they put them on jackets, they put them on shirts, they put them on hats. I mean, very, very lucrative. So if you can master the patch, then you're good. And that is something that I told myself you're going to learn in 2022. So, you know, we'll I'll try to get you more info if I can. Hi Nana, Jeanette, can you pick one day to talk about your electric bill? With so many high-powered machines, they're plugged into the power strip. Do you have them plugged individual outlets? Oh, okay. Hey Nana, all right, let me see. Okay, well, with all okay, my heat press is the one that is plugged in its own outlet. I have two power outlets that what are they called? Power surgers. Okay. And I think each of them have their own outlet and they're plugged into the wall. Well, I have one. Well, I'm sorry. No, I told you wrong. I have one power surger, and that power surger is plugged into the wall, and that's where I have both of my multi-needle machines plugged into. And the reason why I have that is, and I don't even know if I'm saying it right, if it's a power surger or what, but it's the out the plug for, like, let's say if there's lightning or something, that way my two embroidery the two multi-needle machines won't go bad. Okay. My heat press, I've had that thing for years. Okay. So if it goes bad, I would like to get another one. You know, I ain't gonna lie, because I would like to upgrade. But I don't upgrade until things go belly up. Okay. The electric bill, I can't. Well, my electric bill is not really that high, and the thing is, you gotta remember we have I have my two machines here. They're running all the time. The regular stuff around the house is kind of on average, and then we also have two electric cars, and the two electric cars are always pulling electricity from the house too. But in all honesty, I get that question a lot, especially when we got our cars. A lot of people were like, "Whoa, how much are you paying for electricity now?" Well, I'm gonna tell you something. When we got those cars and we started using it, my electric bill only went $10. $10 increase. That's all I got. So I was kind of like, $10 gas. I'll pay the $10. So anyway, so but so Nana, I don't know if I answered it enough for you, but my electric bill is not that high. I think we pay for this whole house, and my house is about 4,000 square feet. And we're at home all the time. Okay. And I'm running these machines all the time. And we got the cars plugged in all the time. So I mean, my electric bill is about like $203 a month, something like that. But it's just me and my husband too. And we do shut off the lights. I mean, we're not at night. We don't just leave stuff on. So we're very conscientious about that. So I don't know if I helped answer that and stuff. So, hey, Sassy, I love the aprons. My mother, born early 1900s, always wore a dress and a house apron. Yep, a hanky in one pocket and usually clothes in another. Hey, Sassy. Well, it's funny because you talk about that. My mom and my aunt, they like to wear batas. I don't know how you say it in English. A bata is like I think you guys see them, that you probably see them in Walmart, and it's like I don't want to say old lady dresses. I have to admit, I actually thought about getting myself a bata. A bata is like it's like a house dress. Okay, it's like a house dress, and it's like really flowery. Sometimes it has like a little ruffles and stuff like that. That's really it's very popular in the Puerto Rican community. Abuelas always wear it. They always got the batas on and stuff like that, and they're very comfortable dresses. Okay, so that's what you kind of like remind me of when Sassy, when you mentioned about your mom and how she always wore a dress and stuff. I mean, in my family, the older women wear the batas. That's what we call them and stuff, which is like the house dresses and stuff. You see them in Walmart all the time. They're like really dirt cheap and stuff. And I always tell myself when I turn 60, I'm going to buy a whole wardrobe of batas for me. because that means I'll be like, ooh, I feel like I graduated to that level, now I get to wear about that. um that quilt turned out beautiful. Hey Iris, yeah, my mom loved it. But I'm telling you, that is a really, really good Mother's Day gift. I'm telling you, you'll knock it out the park, because when I was over there for Christmas and she opened that, she didn't care about anything else. All she just kept looking at it. And then she didn't want nobody touching it. Nobody, she was like, just look at it, don't touch it, because my sister wanted to touch it, and she was like hitting her hand like, no lo toque, don't touch that, you're gonna mess up my blanket. So that was a really, really big hit. And stuff. And it's so personal. I think that's what it is, because it had my mom and my dad, and the day they got married, and then when they had their children, when their grandchildren were born. And I didn't want to put too many details on it, but I just added the years. Okay. I put their official wedding date, but then I put the year I was born, the year my sister was born, the year that she and Harvey got married, the year that my son was born, the year that me and Fred got married, and then the year that Cardito was born, and then the year that we got did I say Cardito? I think I said Cardito, because Cardito came before Fred, because I was a single mom. So and then when Mello came, so I put the whole year and stuff. So it's very, very personal. It's very touching and stuff. Let me see. Look at the phone if it rings. Oh, did it? Oh, okay. I will pick up the phone too if it if it rings. Stuff. Miss Max. I tell you, that was comical last week. I was like, okay, that was really, really funny and stuff. Man, I was so focused and showing you guys embroidery designs and stuff. And I'm like, sometimes you kind of wish something could come out of the screen and just smack you, like, hello, but I was like, oh, okay. But that was comical. It really was. And stuff. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out how to format my flash drive so it works on my SC1900. If anyone can point me in the right YouTube tutorial, it'd be great. Hey, hey, Trisha. Okay. The flash drive. First of all, make sure that the flash drive you have is not too big. Remember, the SC1900 only has so much memory in it. So sometimes if the flash drive is really, really huge, it won't read your flash drive. Okay. So usually what I do, the way I do it is I have a flash drive that I use. I have a lot of designs on them. I have one flash drive that's about, if I remember correctly, because it's been a while since I bought it. Okay. I think I bought a 16 gig. I believe so. I will double check for you, Trish. But if you go to my Amazon store, I actually linked the one that I bought. Okay. But I believe it's the 16 gig that I bought. Okay. That is the USB that I use to save the actual design on and take it over to the SC1900. Okay. I have bigger USB drives, and I mark them too. Oh, great. The ones that I mark, I don't have with me. Here we go. I have one. This is what I do. I'm going to take this one out. I have like little stickers. See, this is a temporary, right? So whenever I have a design that I'm going to take to either my multi-needle machine or my SC1900, this is the one that I use, because I know this is the one that works. And I believe this one's the one that's 16 gigs. I'm not sure. Okay. So that's what I would do is make sure you get one thumb drive. Doesn't have to have a lot of memory and stuff like that. And then when you create a design from your workstation, then what you can do is just save the file on here. Now, I am always cleaning this USB also. Okay. Once I use it, okay, because I save 2 copies. I save my design on my machine, and then I save the design on here. And then when I take this to the machine and I use it, when I go back, I erase the files from here. So I always keep this clean, because the other thing that can happen as well is if you have too many files on your USB flash drive, you could have a lot of problems with reading it on your SC1900. So look at that and see if that could be an issue. Because if you have a lot of files on your USB flash drive, that could be an issue. Or if the memory on your flash drive is too big, that could be an issue as well. So I'm hoping that works. And if it doesn't, let me know in the Facebook group and stuff. Because as you guys know, some of you guys have reached out to me in the past. I don't have a problem videoing with you guys and helping you out through your issues and stuff. I've done it with several of you guys. I'm okay with that. Just let me know you're having trouble, and I'll try to schedule something with you while I'm doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I do get busy, so because I still work. I'm still working. I'm not retired yet, but I don't have a problem helping folks out. So Trish, just check those two things out, and if it doesn't work, let me know. Okay. Hey Evelyn, how are you? Not a day over fabulous. Hey Iris. Let me see. Oh, did I scroll up too big? Too much? I think I did. Oh boy. Okay. My video is clear. Oh boy. I think I scrolled up a little bit too big. There we go. Let me see. Okay, there it goes. Hi everyone. Okay, I'm late, but I made it for the first time. Hey Ruth, how you doing? Jeanette, thank you so much for inspiring me. Looking forward to learn nice projects to you and your friend. Oh, Ruth, you're very, very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Okay, hi Kathy Pie. Your USB should be pre-formatted. Yes, and it should be. Check the packaging. Go to user format. Yes. Nana gave good advice. Patty, make sure you do that as well. To check the flash drive. I got pillow blanks from IKEA that can be there you go. IKEA's. Oh, you know what? Yeah, Leslie, you just mentioned that. I haven't been to an IKEA in a long time, but I know that there are probably a lot of things in there that you can get and embroider. And this is the other thing that you just reminded me of too. When I did the video about embroidery art, okay, you can get a canvas, okay, or just a regular frame, embroider the fabric with a beautiful design or something for your mom, staple it to the frame, and there you go. You could give her artwork, personalized just for her and stuff. So that's something else that you can do and stuff. I bought the ScanDisk 32 and had to format it because the newer ones are exFAT. Oh, okay. Hey, Blacktail, where did you get your handkerchief from? Okay, if you look in the video description of the video that I made, the link is right there. That way, if you click on it, it'll take you right to the Pacific brand that I got. Okay. Okay, let's see. The kitchen bowls are nice too. Okay, I made a pillow for my mother-in-law with a picture of her grandkids. She cut it and put it into frames. Oh, that's a good idea. Hey, Lori, how you doing? Hey, Walk by Faith. Okay, I think it just might be different brands. Oh, embroider book covers. That, Sassy, that's a good idea too. You can embroider book covers. Like, if your mom goes to church and stuff like that and she needs a cover like for her Bible or something, you can embroider a book cover for her. That's a good idea. I think I might get my late son's pictures digitized on a pillow or a blanket from my mom. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. See, I ordered them for as soon as I finished watching your video today. Hey, Bean Pam. I ordered mine as soon as Miss Banks told me that now they have big combs. I was like, what? I was like, are you serious? And while I had her on the phone, I was searching. I was like, wait a minute. And then she was like, oh yeah, go on there and look. And I was like, great, because I love Brother Reed thread. It's the first ones I use, and they always work. They're great, and I really love the price. And another thing that I don't know if I mentioned it in the video, okay? you buy the set, right, of the big combs, right? But let's say you run out of one particular color of the big combs. You can go directly to their website and you can buy the big combs individually. And the prices for the big combs is $4.99, which is still cheaper than if you were to get the big cone from Madeira. Okay, because the big cones from Madeira, I think, are about like, I think they're $8.95. They're close to $9, right? So for $4.99, you get one big cone. So I'm like, oh, so you can, I would just get the big set, and then when you start running low on certain colors, just take an inventory, and then you can go right, instead of going on Amazon to order, that way you don't order a whole other set. Just go to straight to that company's website and then place your order for that specific color that you need. $4.99. I mean, I was like, that's still a really good price. So I mean, I really like that thing. So man, we all owe Miss Banks a big thank you, because that came from her. That wasn't me. I'm just passing the 411. Like she told me. She was like, oh, you gotta tell them. I'm like, I sure am. Hey Susan. See, a friend of mine had her kids do their handprints on a t-shirt and then embroidered around them with their names under it. That is a cute idea, Susan. That is really cute. I like that. Gotta order my thread. Hey Renee, how you doing? You're welcome. The sprues are 5,000 yards and a great deal. They sure are. I put labels on mine with the color at the bottom of the sprue. I also made the thread chart for myself and winding the thread around the piece of cardboard with the colors and numbers. Oh, Miss Banks, that's a good idea. That is one of the things that I said in the video was, okay, you guys know that I have stated in the past that I'm not it's not that I don't like it. Well, all right, I don't like it. Okay. Now, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't like it. Okay. When you're looking at a color chart of thread like this, okay, you're really not getting a true view of what the real color looks like. Okay. So there's like so many different shades of blue. When you get the color chart from the Madeira, the one that I ordered, when you look at that, it's the actual thread that is kind of like spooned around. Okay. And I think I showed you guys this before. So this is actual thread. Okay, this is not a picture of a color. This is the real thing, the thread, and with the actual true color. So what I like about this is when you are looking to pick a color, or when your customers are looking for the thread, they get the true color of what it's going to be, because this is the real thread that they're looking at. Okay, when you show them something like this, the actual thread can be off. Okay, so a customer could say, oh, that looks like a royal blue. That's a really nice color. I like that royal blue. Okay, well, when you go and you pick the blue, it may not be a really royal blue that they thought they saw. You know what I'm saying? So it can be a little just, if you have a customer that's truly picky, that can turn into a problem. Okay, so, and I don't like problems. So that's what I like about these. So what Ms. Banks is doing is she's creating her own color charts like this with these threads. So she's got her little cards and she's taking some of this thread and she's wrapping it around so that when customers go to look at the thread, they're really seeing the thread with the true color on it. And I think that is really, really sharp. But, Brother Reed, if you see this video, you should provide something like this, because I would buy it. Okay. I would, with the 63 colors. That would be really, really cool. Okay. Then to just do something like this. Now, I know this is more cost effective for the company because it probably costs more to do something the way that Madeira is doing it. But to me, as someone that actually embroiders all the time and sells embroidery, as a service to a lot of people, the colors are sometimes really, really important, especially those that I have, those customers, the clients that I have that have businesses. Okay. A lot of times they get their logo digitized. There's a certain color they have to have. So those, being a little red or a little less red or something like that, it matters to them. Okay. So I would prefer to really have something like what the Madeira card has. So that way the customers know exactly the color that they are picking. They have that true visual. That's really, really important. So it's just something that, that I hope that the company can do. But that's a good idea. And I think I'm going to start doing that myself. So I'm probably going to buy little cards or something. I'm going to look to see how I can do that. And so that I can make my own and stuff. Because I would prefer to do that than to do this. I just don't. It's just it's not like that. I don't like it. I don't like the way it is. Let's see. Makes you learn how to fix a mistake. My video is clear, no issues. Oh, great. Okay. Do you use a tension meter for your bobbin tension? And if not, how do you set your bobbin tension? Okay. Hey, Karen, I do have a video on how to do the bobbin tension. I do have that on the channel. I don't use a bobbin tension meter. Usually what I'll do is I just test out the letter I look behind it and I can see how the tension looks, and how, if the tension is off, then I just make adjustments to my machine. But I don't use that. I never had a need to do that. I always knew how to adjust my own tension and stuff. Yeah, so I didn't do that. I think the handkerchief should be embroidered also. Yeah, I'm thinking so too, because like I said, it's a keepsake, and it's something that I would like for them to have for years, and stuff. Hey girly, how are you? There are 94 people watching. Smash that like button. Okay. Yes, guys, if you like this video, please hit like a thumbs up. That would be awesome. And stuff. Let's see. Hola, crafty Puerto Rican. Oh, Juanita's on. Let's see. What's the best websites for embroidery designs, please? Hey, girly, girl four. Okay, if there is a whole list, okay, of embroidery designs, and I know, I think last week I tried to show you guys, but you may not have seen it because the screen was all messed up and everything. Okay, this is what I would do. Oh, got another cell. Okay, this is what I would do if I were you. Okay. If you go to embrilliance.com, doesn't matter whether you use that software or not, okay? Don't worry about that, okay? But go there, and when you go to embrilliance.com, look on your left-hand side of the screen. Scroll all the way at the bottom, and you're going to see something that's going to say BX font designer, something like that, okay? Click on that, and you're going to see a whole list of embroidery websites. Now, those embroidery websites that are there is not just for BX fonts. They also sell all different types of embroidery designs. So that's the best place to start. And the other place that you can go to is go on Etsy. Etsy has some great designs too. One of my favorite on Etsy is Marsha Embroidery. I love her, okay, because her designs are like $1.25, very inexpensive, and all her stuff stitches out beautifully. So that is girly for that is my advice on that. I think that's a great place to start, and I think you'll you'll be good. You'll be really good. Your mom is great. She has a great daughter. My mom is kind of a nut, but her daughter's nutty too. So Miss Max, we have a lot of fun. We do. We do. We're a happy family and stuff. Love the details on videos. Every minute I'm learning. Oh, Ruth. Okay. I'm going to keep the details in then. Sometimes I forget to mirror the text. Yeah, that's something that you learn the hard way, Iris, when you're doing heat vinyl transfer and stuff. I etch all of my glass now. Etching, yes, I have done a lot of etching for wine glasses. That is something, Tracy, that I usually do. Me and my husband sometimes, well, before the pandemic, we used to entertain a lot, and we would have a lot of dinner guests come over for dinner, right? And a lot of times, we were entertained about, like, maybe like two other couples, three other couples and stuff. And the evening was usually, I would cook a meal and stuff, and we would have meal and talk and have some drinks and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, one of the things that I do whenever we have guests come over to the home is I would etch all the wine glasses with the person's name on it. Okay. And people love that. It was a huge, huge hit. So I would go to Walmart, and you can buy wine glasses really cheap, like $1. Okay. But I would buy them individually because I would make sure that I'm getting the good ones. Because sometimes you'll see one that's a little smudge or something like that. But anyway, I would get my wine glasses from Walmart, and then I would etch them with the guest's name on it, and I would place the wine glasses on the table, and that was kind of served like their place where they were going to sit. And they loved it so much because it was also like a gift, so that when the evening was over, they got to take home their wine glass. So that is something that, yeah, I etched all of my wine glasses. It's a great idea for entertaining and stuff. And yeah, so you just reminded me of how I used to do that and stuff. I'm using infusible ink paper for the mugs. Okay, I have my Sawgrass. I use the Sawgrass 500 for that. Let's see what else. I buy my twill from Walmart. Oh, I didn't know that Walmart sells twill. Okay, I'm gonna have to make a trip out there. Dime sells the fabric to make patches and the backing to make iron-on. I'm gonna have to check that out. 10 weight canvas twill is good for patches. Yeah, see, I really want to learn. I think Shauna uses Shauna does a lot of patches too. And I know she has done that, I think, on her channel as well and stuff. Where do you put all your thread that you just got? Curious. Okay, Angela. All right. Well, as you can see, I got a lot of thread going on. Okay. So right now, these threads are in a box. Okay. Because these are the large combs of those threads that are over there. Okay. The one that you see right there on the white racks. Those are brother reed and sim threads. Okay. But they're the small combs. So what I'm planning on doing is, when those small combs run out, that's when I'm going to start reaching for this. Okay. And that I will most likely replace those racks with the same rack that I have behind me right here. You probably don't see it because it's kind of a little faded, right next to the heat press right here where I'm pointing. Right there. That is a wooden rack for the big combs. Okay. So that's where I have all the stuff there. So yeah, I'll have to come up with a system for sure. Because Angela, like I said, I want to use my small combs first. Okay. And I got a feeling that they'll probably be gone by the end of the year, because I have been embroidering a lot. I really have. And I have been tossing those empty combs out for so before you know it, I know these will go up. I'll find a home for them. That's for sure. No, don't throw away your old sublimation mugs. You can burn it with heat gun and redo it with a darker design. I didn't know that. Okay, well, I'm going to look into that. Thank you, Simply Spoiled. I'm definitely going to have to look into that because I have been throwing them away because I'm like, the ink is done, you know? So I'm going to, yeah, thank you. I'm going to look into that then. Patches are a good way to recover an item that didn't stitch out correctly. You can't remove the stitches and redo it. Yes, people do that. I remember when patches used to be a thing to cover a hole in your pants back in the day. But now it's different. Now people actually pay for broken pants. So, you know, so it's kind of like surge protector. Yes, that's what I have, Lori. Thank you. I have a surge protector connected to both of my multi-needle machines, and that's connected to the wall. And the surge protector is also connected to my Sublimation printer and my iMac. Yeah, you got to protect your expensive items, I tell you. Because we learned the hard way with our theater room, because we have a theater room in our basement, and we had very expensive equipment down there. We had a storm, and it put it just messed us up. We had to replace our sound system, and we had to replace the projector. And my husband was hot. He was pissed. So after that happened, it was like he went to Lowe's and came back with like 10 surge protectors, and he was like, I'm protecting everything. So I was like, okay, so yeah, we learned the hard way on that. Let me see. Surge protector. A bata is a day dress with pockets. Yep, the bata. Yep, that's what house gown. Yeah, the house gown. See, you guys know what I mean. But I always say the bata. My grandma called them duster gowns. So you guys know house coats. Okay, moo-moos. So you guys know what I mean. Those dresses and stuff. You know, they're like the grandma dress, you know. I don't know when I'm going to be a grandma. Cardio is kind of slow, but I guess he's going to have to take his time and stuff like that, you know. So, let's see. I have color, so many different companies, and I use square embroidery files, stitch the color on Muslim, and then the label and the info, and they are all in one notebook. Thank you. Sorry, didn't mean to do that post. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I can't find the link of the handkerchief. Sorry to keep bothering you. You are so good and helpful, Black. Oh, okay, girl. All right. Shoot. How am I going to do this? All right. I'm going to send you the link, but I don't know how to do it. All right. Black Doll, this is what we're going to do. Okay. When we are done with this happy hour on this video, I will put the link in the video description. No, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me look at that video right now. All right.
My name's
Hold
Kyle.
on. Sorry. All right, guys. I'm sorry. It's just that I want to help her out. Okay. All right. Look, Black Doll, look. If you look at my channel, look at Embroidering Handkerchiefs. Great gifts for special events. Click on that video, and then you're going to see something that says video descriptions. Right there, it says subscribe to my channel. Right underneath, I have a statement that says handkerchiefs I use. Click on that. Let me make sure it works. Yes, it does. Click on that, and then what's going to happen is going to take you straight to the item that I had ordered. Okay? All right. If that does not work, on our Facebook group, which I hope you're part of, it's Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures. Ask the question there, and I will post it because I'm sure everyone's going to want to know where I got it. Okay, so and don't worry about asking over and over again. Okay, you're not bothering me. I'm here to help. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, and stuff. And if you can't, you can find me on Facebook. Send me a message on Facebook. You can do that too. Okay. So, Yeah. Why is it coming up so much? Can I embroider on a handmade knit sweater? Um okay. On a handmade knit sweater, there is a lot of like holes and stuff like that. I wouldn't. It depends. It just depends on how it is. You just gotta look at it. If you have something that is really, really like knitted, like crocheted and stuff like that, like what Miss Banks did for me. She crocheted this for me, which I love. She did like a little washcloth for me. I would not embroider this. I would not. If you want, you can probably do a patch over it, or better yet, if you let me rethink that. Okay, if you were to embroider, if you wanted to embroider this, I would do it with a knockdown stitch. That's how I would do it. I would do a knockdown stitch and then I would embroider it. But this is something that Miss Banks gifted me, and it's a washcloth, but I don't want to use it because I don't want to mess it up, because I know that she did this for me. So see, that's the thing. When people do things for you, you're like, the same thing like when she made this for me. Miss Banks also made this for me, and it's makeup to take your makeup, but it's like I don't want to dirty it because she did this for me, and it's precious. I think about, oh, she was thinking about me when she made this, so but it's like these are in the hoop projects. This is an in the hoop project she did, which I promised her I am going to do this. I'm going to get over that fear, and I'm going to do it in the hoop project. I am really going to do it. So let me see, can I embroider something small, piece of fabric, labor it? Okay, and Brilliance has it. It's okay. And oh, Black Doll, I hope you found that. If it's on Amazon, but the thing is, I want to get you the right Amazon link, so that way you know exactly, because they have so many, and there's a lot of different handkerchiefs that have different texture. So I want to make sure that you get to the one that I got, so that way you know which one I use, because there's so many different textures and stuff like that. Depending, you all I know is that this one embroidered well. Okay, this one embroidered okay. I don't know how the other ones will do. That's why I really wanted you to get that link. So hopefully you have it and stuff. Okay. Looks like we are good. Where did you get the large? Oh, Amazon. I got Becky Amazon. Same thing with the handkerchief. It's Amazon. I do have a link to the large one, and they come in a pack of 2. Okay, I do have a link, and I can put that on our Facebook group. If you guys are interested to see which one I got, Becky. But yeah, let me see. I'm loving my SC1900 and your videos. Hey, Shamika, I'm glad. Yes, you can embroider on a handmade sweater, a knit. I've done it several times. Did you use knockdown stitches, Miss Banks? I'm just wondering. Because my thing is, when you embroider on this, on this knit, see, because this is like crochet or knitted, and there's a lot of holes, and I would think that the stitches would sink into the material. So, I mean, that's just what I'm thinking. I don't know. I could be wrong. For the sweater, maybe a lightweight patch on felt and then attach it to, there you go. See, that's what I was thinking. More like a patch and stuff. I've done in the hoop mug rugs, and they were fun. Yeah, Miss Banks did a one for me, and that's the one that's hanging right there, but you can't see it. See, I have it hanging in my wall. She did that one. Here, let me take it down so I can show you guys. See, I have it. I put it on my my wall. See, she did this one for me. These are so cute. and I have it on my wall because it's like I like to show it off and stuff. I always and so I showed Justin when he came in. I was like, Miss Banks, that you fix her receipt? Well, she made this for me. you know, and so it's special when people make things for you. It really is, and it's really touching because it's I think especially when you craft yourself and someone does something for you, it's really special because you know about all the hard work and time and effort that person went through to make something for you. I mean, it's so heartwarming. So it's just something that I gotta do. That's okay. All right, guys. Well, I am gonna go because I am over an hour and 40 minutes. These embroidery happy hours, I should just call it embroidery nights. Because I am talking too much and stuff like that. But you guys be hanging in there with me and stuff, and hopefully you guys are really finding a lot of benefit in a lot of these happy hours and stuff like that. And I'm kind of worried about Black Doll. I hope you do get that link and stuff. But if you are not part of our Facebook group, please become part of our Facebook group and reach out to me. I will make sure you get that information that you need, and I will make sure that I post the links for the large comb racks. The racks for the large combs and stuff like that, because I'm thinking, hey, we're going big, people, because I mean, once like I said, once you start with the small set, it's great for the threads. But then as time goes on and you start getting into your thing, you want the big spools, right? Because the last thing you want is to be in the middle of an embroidery project and you run out of thread and stuff like that. Because I've been there, and trust me, it's not good. Okay, so that's why I always, before I embroider anything, I always look at the amount of thread I have. And if I'm not sure, I'll open up a brand new spool or something like that. So anyway, so guys, I hope you enjoyed tonight's happy hour. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and stuff. And, hope you guys have a great weekend. Be safe. If you have any topics or something like that you want me to discuss or explore or anything like that, just reach out to me. I have the Facebook group, which is Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures. That Facebook group is all about helping each other out. I have talked to several folks on that group through video and stuff like that. Whenever you guys have run into a snag or need help and stuff like that, show off your projects. I would love to see them. And I just love the vibe that the group has going on, because everyone's always helping each other out. And I think that's like so super cool. Okay. So guys, I am going to say good night. And I'm going to look for Mello, because he has been really quiet, and I don't know if he's napping or he's getting into something that he shouldn't be getting into, because you know how dogs are. So anyway, guys, I am going to say good night for now. You guys take care, and please be safe, and I will see you guys next Friday. And this weekend, I will definitely be posting the video on how I did this shirt so that you guys can see all the steps, okay? And I'm just going to leave, like you said, like you guys have voted. And, I'm going to leave all the details. And like I said, whatever doesn't make sense, or what, you don't like it or whatever, just fast forward it. Okay. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Have a great weekend and be safe. So I'll talk to you guys. Bye.